Hiya.
You're right.
I'm not too bad.
What are you doing here today?
Pardon?
What are you doing here?
Well, first of all, can you identify yourself properly?
Yeah, I can identify myself. I'm PC Notes, attached to Wimbledon Police Station.
And your shoulder number?
You can see my shoulder number.
Well, not everyone can read numbers. That's why I'm asking you to identify.
Can't read. Okay, it's 3199. So
no worries. And yourself?
My name's PC Brito and my shoulder number is 2463 terrorism.
Cool. Thank you very much.
And what are you doing here today?
I'm doing a bit of filming.
Okay. Cool. Any particular reason or?
No, that's it.
No, just want to film back dates at the police station. Are you willing to give us your name or anything like that?
Why would I need to give you my name for?
You don't need to, I'm just asking.
Yeah, no, but why would I need to?
You don't need to.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm asking, would you like to give us your name?
No.
No, you wouldn't?
No.
Okay. Where are you from? Do you know?
That's irrelevant.
Pardon?
That's irrelevant.
It's irrelevant?
Yep.
What?
Well, why did it matter where I'm from?
It doesn't, I'm just asking.
Okay.
These are just normal questions I'm asking.
Yeah, but if it doesn't matter, then there was no need to ask it.
Okay.
The encounter begins with a female officer immediately asking Claude for his name. She has no clear suspicion of a crime and no legal reason to demand his personal details. Claude refuses, and he is within his rights. Under UK law, a person does not have to give their name unless a specific legal power applies, such as Section 50 of the Police Reform Act in certain antisocial behavior cases. Since none of those circumstances exist here, the questioning should have ended. Instead, the officer changes tactics and asks where he is from, as though it has any relevance to the situation. When Claude questions why she needs to know, she replies that they are normal questions. But they are not investigative questions backed by evidence. They are simply fishing for information. Where Claude lives or who he is does not change the fact that he is legally filming in a public place.
Under no obligation to give you my name.
At this moment in time, I'm going to detain you for a purpose of search. I'll be searching today under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act.
Okay, right. Under Section 43, you need to give me the specific part of Section 43. Don't just give me a number, you need to give me the specific part. And also as well, okay, to do with actually having so-called evidence to use Section 43, you need to make sure that you get this done correctly, and you tell me what site, what actual part of Section 43. No, it will be an unlawful search.
You can make a complaint.
It will be an unlawful search.
And if you want to complain
if you feel that way, you can make a complaint afterwards. But this is what we're going to do here and now. If you have an issue with that,
what is your where is your actual proof of hostile reconnaissance?
we've explained to you.
Where is your proof of that?
At this moment in time, mate,
We don't
I haven't even gotten to my grounds just yet.
So what is
As
your
I said,
no? You're calling me a terrorist. You're doing it under the Terrorism Act. Is that or is that not calling me a terrorist? If you were going to search me under the Terrorism Act, no.
After Claude calmly explains that he has no legal obligation to provide his name, the male officer immediately threatens to detain him under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act 2000. This is one of the strongest stop-and-search powers available to UK police. It can only be used when an officer reasonably suspects that someone is involved in terrorism. Refusing to give your name is not enough to meet that legal threshold. Claude responds exactly as he should by asking the officer to explain which part of Section 43 justifies the search. The officer cannot answer. He fails to quote the law, explain his suspicion, or connect Claude's actions to any terrorist activity. That failure is significant because officers must clearly explain the legal grounds before carrying out a search. Instead, the officer shows that he does not properly understand the power he is trying to use.
Please make sure that you quote me the specific part of Section 43 that you're going to do this under.
As I said, you'll be searched today.
No, you need to make sure that you actually give me the specific part of Section 43.
The reason being why I'm searching today, sir, is because you've been quite evasive towards us when we come and...
What, because I don't want to give you my name?
Yes.
Okay, am I under any legal obligation to give you my name?
However,
so how is that then... How is that then...
You're not really giving
Well, it's a public building, I'm standing in public. Well, hang on.
Filming
is that against the law? What I'm doing is it against the law?
To be searched.
Okay, but you're searching me under the Terrorism Act. Okay, so your reasonable suspicion, what is it?
We're going to search you.
Okay, right. Well, we'll go for it. Okay, but it will be. It's completely unlawful.
Well, then you can make a complaint afterwards.
Okay. It's completely unlawful. Okay, and abuse of powers.
If you feel like that, make a complaint afterwards.
Right, because I would really want to know.
We're
don't worry. Yep. and I will carry on recording.
So you're going to be searched.
Okay.
You'll be searched today.
Okay.
As I said, the grounds being for the search is, because you've not really given us
I don't have to give you my name.
You've been evasive.
Well, you've already said that it's because I won't give you my name.
You've also been quite obstructive at the moment in time with the search.
Okay.
All right.
When Plod challenges the officers, one of them simply replies, "Make a complaint." That is not accountability, it is arrogance. It suggests an attitude that the officers can act however they like without facing consequences. It says more about their mindset than the stop itself. The law takes a back seat while ego takes control. When Plod asks for the legal grounds, the officer eventually admits that the detention is based on Plod refusing to explain why he is there. That admission exposes just how weak their justification is. A person has no legal duty to explain themselves while standing on public land. Remaining silent is a legal right, not suspicious behavior. Section 43 requires reasonable suspicion of terrorism. Instead, the officer reduces that standard to, "You didn't answer my questions." That is not lawful policing, it is guesswork.
I'm questioning the law.
That's fine. And also, the reason why we're searching today is because you've literally the only place that we've actually saw you search or film was the actual back door of a police.
Well, that you've seen.
That's fine.
That you've seen,
which is a bit suspicious, and that's why.
Well, no. What you got to remember, that's your own feelings.
That's fine, sir.
That's your own feelings.
Fine, but you're still going to get
it's not what the law is.
You'll be detained and you will be searched today under Section 43 of Terrorism Act. All right.
Have you been searched before, sir?
That's irrelevant.
It might be irrelevant.
That's irrelevant. I know, mate, it's a joke. They're searching me because I'm filming. Yeah, I know, mate. Bunch of turds, nothing more.
That's a bit rude.
Well, no, it's not.
We've only been pleasant to you.
No, you're not. You're abusing my legal rights.
I don't think we're abusing.
No, you are. You're abusing your powers. Okay. End of story. You're abusing your powers.
And as we said, if you feel that that's the case, then you can always make.
Don't worry, I will be.
That's fine.
Okay. You could not even quote me the specific part of Section 43. Okay. You could not even quote me the right part of Section 43.
I'll do so. I'm going to put this inside your bag, alright?
Yeah, you do need to if you read it correctly and what the law actually is.
As the search continues, Plod points out that the officers cannot even explain the specific legal basis of Section 43. He is not asking for a technical recital. He wants them to state the key legal requirement. Section 43 only allows a stop and search when an officer reasonably suspects that a person is involved in terrorism. That is the legal threshold and the safeguard built into the law. The female officer responds by saying, "We don't need to." That is simply incorrect. Because Section 43 is such a serious power, officers must explain both the legal authority they are using and the grounds for exercising it. The Terrorism Act 2000 and the Pace Code of Practice make this clear. Dismissing that responsibility suggests either a serious misunderstanding of the law or a complete disregard for it.
Okay. The number is not the law. The number is not the law. It's the wording is what is the law. Well, you definitely don't know your job, do you? Okay? You definitely well and truly do not know your job because all what you're doing is you're abusing powers.
You're getting very angry over nothing.
Yeah, because I'm getting frustrated because of a turd such as you that think you can search me like this.
That's very rude.
Okay?
We might actually be rude to you.
Right?
No.
Absolute disgrace. Absolute disgrace, the pair of you. Okay? Complete blatant use of powers.
Why are you so against us searching you?
You've abused your power, okay? You said that you got reasonable grounds, okay? As I already stated, okay?
It doesn't.
Now, as I said, there's that, okay? I would like you to take that, okay? Right, do you know who the NPCC are?
Yes.
Okay, yeah?
I don't think I need that, though.
Why not? Why not? Because you're going to find out that... Yes, it is, because you're going to find out from the NPCC, that what you've just done is unlawful. Okay, and it clearly states that. No, it's not. Okay, you talk utter crap.
And
you talk utter crap. The both of you. Okay, you both took part in the actual. Well, either way, you searched my bag. You're a part of it. Okay, you're a part of it.
Okay,
right, and you're both an utter disgrace.
Plod then tries to hand the officers a letter from the National Police Chiefs Council (NPCC), the organization that issues national policing guidance used by forces across the UK. In simple terms, the NPCC provides guidance on how officers are expected to apply the law in practice. The letter Plod is holding is almost certainly the NPCC's guidance on photography and counterterrorism powers. For years, that guidance has made one thing clear: members of the public have every right to film in public places, and terrorism legislation should not be used against lawful photography. The document in Plod's hand is not just another printout. It reflects the official policing guidance that supports exactly what he has been saying throughout the encounter.
How to make a complaint if you
Don't worry, I do.
Okay, I'm sure you've probably done it before. But it's all recorded on our body worn, which will be uploaded. And once you make that complaint, they'll review the body
as I said,
okay,
make sure that you upload it properly and don't damage it.
Don't damage it?
Yeah.
They're quite hardcore. I don't think they're that easy to damage.
Well, you two definitely ain't hardcore. Okay.
But even if
you two are an absolute joke.
Okay, well, even if the camera does get damaged in any way, you can still make the complaint. Any questions? No? Okay.
Any questions? Why would there be any question for you abusing my rights?
Being kind.
For you, seriously? You're going to try and be kind considering you just abused my rights?
We haven't.
Yes, you have.
Have a lovely
You're an
day.
absolute joker. Bunch of turds, nothing more. Okay? Absolute bunch of turds.
After finally giving Plod a copy of the stop-and-search record, the officers head back inside. But the story does not end there. In a later update, Plod reveals that he was offered a £1,500 settlement to resolve the case. Instead of accepting the money, he rejected the offer and chose to continue with legal action.
A couple of quick updates. So first of all, on these two tyrants here, I've had an offer of £1,500, but it's been declined, and that's how it would be because I want them in court, and that's it.
Many people would have accepted the quick payout, but Plod wants the case heard in court, where the officer's actions can be fully examined. For him, this is about more than compensation, it's about accountability. If the case reaches court and he succeeds, the compensation could be much higher than the original £1,500 offer. Claims involving unlawful stop and searches or false imprisonment have, in some cases, resulted in awards of £5,000 to £10,000 or more, depending on the seriousness of the misconduct and whether additional damages are awarded. The key difference is that a private settlement usually ends the matter without any admission of wrongdoing, while a court judgment becomes part of the public record and exposes any unlawful conduct. By refusing the settlement, Plod is making sure the case is not quietly closed with public money. If he wins, it could damage the force's reputation, hold the officers accountable, and influence how similar cases are handled in the future. This incident also highlights a serious lack of training. Section 43 is one of the most powerful stop-and-search authorities available under UK law, yet the officers involved could not explain it, quote it, or demonstrate that they understood the legal threshold required to use it. That is more than a simple mistake. It is a serious problem. When officers are given extraordinary powers without fully understanding them, unlawful detentions become far more likely. Throughout the encounter, the officers appeared more focused on controlling the situation than following proper procedure. From asking irrelevant questions to dismissing NPCC guidance, they repeatedly ignored important legal safeguards. Each time Plod relied on the law to challenge them, their frustration grew until they resorted to terrorism powers they could not properly justify. That decision was not about public safety, it was about saving face. The failures shown in this encounter go beyond one incident. They point to wider problems involving training, accountability, and professionalism. Whatever the outcome in court, this case has already raised serious questions about how these powers are being used. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your support helps me continue producing independent content. Also, be sure to check out Plod's channel using the link in the description and show him your support. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.